Hey guys, it's D-Jack and I'm back. And it's been nearly 2 years since Sonic has made its last mainline Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers. And now they're going to be making Sonic X Shadow Generations coming out tomorrow. People are even playing it today as I'm recording this because of overseas releases and whatnot. But I assure you that I know zero about this game. And is this game even a mainline Sonic game? Technically, it's just a remaster slash spin-off game, but nonetheless I'm always going to be excited to be getting content, a video game featuring my boy Sonic the Hedgehog, and not only Sonic the Hedgehog, but Shadow the Hedgehog, and not only Shadow the Hedgehog, but also classic. Okay, get that guy out of here. No one pretty cares about classic Sonic. So just like with Sonic Frontiers, I guess I'm going to be making it a tradition for myself to predict what the game is going to be all about, what I'm going to like about it, what I'm going to dislike about it, and what might even be the general consensus of the game. So the main thing I'm excited about is the fact that we're going to be able to play as Shadow the Hedgehog, with his own story even. Sega has left him, along with many other Sonic characters, in the back burner for far too long, and it's nice to finally see them break out Shadow the Hedgehog at least. This game might be the closest we ever get to having Shadow the Hedgehog 2, but I'm just happy to see that Sega is finally realizing the potential of this series and its characters. Hopefully, if this game does well, we'll see characters like Silver the Hedgehog, Blaze the Cat, maybe even the Team Chaotix, playable in the future Sonic game and playing critical roles in the story as well. Now moving on to the gameplay of Shadow Generations, there's one thing that worries me, and that is that the gameplay is more reminiscent of Sonic Forces and Sonic Frontiers than Sonic Generations. Now this isn't inherently a bad thing as long as the level design is fun, but it's just a weird choice considering that this game is directly a part of Sonic Generations. Now people unfamiliar with this franchise might be wondering what I mean by this, what my problem is. So to briefly explain, between all the boost titles in the Sonic franchise, Unleashed and Generations are held in the highest regard because they have a more loose and natural feel to their physics and controls, and overall just have more fast-paced and exciting levels. Sonic Forces, for example, had stiffer controls and lackluster level design. They had levels where you would just go in a straight line and the game would turn automatically for you, and it was just not as fun as playing Sonic Generations or Sonic Unleashed. So for that reason, many Sonic fans have been wanting to see a return to the Generations / Unleashed control scheme. So I find it very odd that this game that's directly a part of Sonic Generations is gonna have controls that are more leaning towards the Forces control screen. What makes this worse is that modders have already made Shadow playable in Sonic Generations, as well as have been making new levels for the game ever since it was released on Steam. So I've been asking this for a while. This might be the first time I'm saying this on my YouTube channel, but it's just me wondering to Sega why they can't just accomplish things that fans have been doing for years. But you know what? I just think as long as the level design is good, this game will be fine. So going back to the story, it's going to be written by Ian Flynn, who is responsible for writing the comics as well as Sonic Frontiers. And as much as I appreciate Ian Flynn's works, there are aspects about his writing that I do dislike. For one, he likes to put a lot of references to old Sonic media in his projects, and let me get this straight. I'm happy that old Sonic content is being recognized, but when characters are just throwing out names and places that have nothing to do with what's at hand, it gets a little jarring. So I do hope that Ian Flynn finds a balance between making references but not too many to the point that it just gets jarring for no reason. And certain characters act totally different to how they do in the games, some for the better and some for the worse, Silver. But we'll just have to see how that's handled when we see them in future Sonic games. So let's see, I talked about the gameplay, the story, the levels. Oh yeah, Shadow will be getting these demon wings. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but everybody else seems to like them. So you know what, I'm just happy that everyone else likes them. That's good enough for me. I also didn't talk about the Sonic part of Sonic X Shadow Generations, but it's Sonic Generations. As long as they didn't butcher anything, it's fine. I hope that we'll still be able to download mods for it since Sega will be delisting the original version from Steam. But whatever. I'm just going to be satisfied as long as this game has good level design, has a good story, and that they just didn't butcher anything from the original Sonic generations. And that's all I have to say about this game. I know this was a pretty short video, but thank you for watching. I'm going to be playing this game on my Twitch channel tomorrow at 5, the day it comes out. So if you guys happen to be available, you're more than welcome to stop by and see my live reaction to this gameplay. But that's all I got for today, so thanks for watching, and this has been D-Jack, and I'll be back.